this immersion to talk about balance, the act of balance, our career, our family, our dreams, and pleasure on our lives. Okay, so I will send the questions on the chat. So, Rebecca, I forgot to ask you, did you already use Talk and Talk in the past? Do you know
Yeah,
how? Okay,
I'm here, I think, more than 1 year.
okay, no problem. So, uh, just saying again, uh, I'm not a teacher. Okay, so I will copy the questions. I don't know. Zoom is complaining it's too much to send once, so I will split in two messages. Question 1 to 5, and then question 6 to 10. All right. Girls, did you receive the questions? Okay, so now we are live on YouTube, and I'd like to start our conversation asking to each one to present themselves. All right, maybe someone can watch that immersion on YouTube, and it will be good if they understand who are you. All right, so Camila, can you start talking a little bit about you, please?
Yes, of course. I'm Camila. I'm 35 years old. I'm living in São Paulo, Mogi das Cruzes. I'm married. I have a daughter. She's 3 years old. I'm in digital marketing and I'm work from home. Uh, I like to spend my time watching TV or play with my daughter. I think that's it.
And do you like to work from your home?
Yes, I like.
Okay. I had two daughters and I work from home too. It's in a different field, but I really like to stay close to my family. So this is I was asking to you.
É.
Hello.
Tá. Vou sentar aqui no seu colo. Falei, tá bom, hoje ela não foi para a escola, então.
No problem, no problem. And what about you, Rebecca? Can you talk a little bit about you, please?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rebecca. I live in São Paulo City. I have two dogs, and I enjoy joining the meetings here, talk and talk. And my free time, I try read a book, watch a TV series, and when I can, I most of time I try do it in English for help me study and entertain at the same time. I'm advertising, and that's it for now. It's a pleasure meeting you
Okay.
guys.
Okay, it's a pleasure to meet you. I didn't understand what you do for a living.
I'm advertising.
Okay, no problem. So, girls, as I say in the beginning, my name is Carlos. I'm 33 years old. I work as a software engineer to a company located in USA, and I only could achieve this role because Talk and Talk helped me to get this job. I already had some. I already had. I've already made some interviews in the past, but I always fail because I didn't have the opportunity to go to travel abroad, so I never had anyone to practice my English and help, and Talk and Talk helped me to do that, to gain confidence speaking English, because it's easier to listen or to read or watch something in English. You can do this by yourself in your home, watch a Netflix TV show, maybe read a book in English, but it's really hard to practice. So Talk and Talk helped me with that because I'm much more confident right now speaking English than in the past, and this helped me to get a new job. So I know I do some mistakes, and it's not a problem. Nowadays, I don't worry too much. Uh, with my mistakes. Of course, I always want to improve myself, but I'm really grateful for what Talk and Talk make to my life and to my family. So uh, that's me. I forgot to say I had two daughters. One of them has 8 years old, and the other one has 3 years old, just like you, Camila. They are on the school right now, so I really understand what you're saying about. Oh, she want to keep with me. My daughter, I had other chair on my right side because they like to stay here with me. Okay, I talk too much, but I think we are ready to start our questions. Okay, um, Rebecca, can you read the question number one, please, and then share your thoughts about that, please?
Yes, of course. How do you prioritize between career ambitions and family responsibilities? Yeah. Well, in my case, I don't have too much family responsibility about kids. For example, that I think it's we need to manage our time, our life carefully when we have kids, but it's not my case. Prioritize between ambitions and family. Um, um, I think I will pick up a person to answer this question. Can you answer, Camila?
No problem.
Yes, of course. Um, for me, it's very difficult. I don't know why. Why no? How I prioritize uh these things. I think it's more easier when you work from home because when you have a child, I think it's important to stay with with uh, with the kids, and the work from home to uh, you have that, and like in last year, I'm working in the office, and it's very difficult to me, and I again 10,000 kilos because of that, because it's very hard uh, um, to put your kid in a school, an integral school, and you when in afternoon you back your kids again, you are very tired because you go at traffic, you work, and you are traffic to go to the school and traffic to home, and the kids need you to play, need you to feed, need you that if everyone everything. Then I think it's if you can work from home, uh it's a life quality to your family and your career too.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Camila. In the past, I was a police officer, police militar, do you know? And I do this for 8 years of my life, but at some point I had to decide what was more important to me, you know. Um, I like to stay in home with my family, put my girls to sleep every night on their bed, you know, sing songs to them, tell some stories, pray with them. This is really important to me. And I was thinking about that when I was at the police department because sometimes I had to travel to stay away from my home, and staying home was too good for to me, you know. I know nowadays companies are changing the way they think, you know. They like people being present on site on the company. And thank God the company I work is far away from Brazil, so maybe they doesn't need ask that to me to travel to there. But if I was working in a company when I had to decide if I had to quit my job or staying home, I would prefer staying home because it's really important to me not travel and be every day in my house, you know. Rebecca, you are talking a little bit about yourself and your ambitions, and you couldn't share so much, but I wanted to listen from you. If you had any moment in your life you have to decide for some ambition to your career or to your personal growth, maybe, I don't know, you had some challenge in some point of your life in
Um,
talking about
well,
balance.
um, today I see that was not a problem. For example, in the quarantine, my grandma was alive and I was studying English. And I started the beginning of quarantine, and a lot of time I spent with her because she liked to be with me near to her. And I
Okay.
thought that it was impacting a little in the time that I had study. But then today I saw that no, I was wrong, and I thought, oh, my study was going so well, but now I'm here to distract me. I thought, but no, I was wrong. It impact nothing. I still study English, but I like I was very close to my grandma. I always since my childhood and my teenager, and I do like it, but it's a mistake. Sometimes we think something in our family impact what we are doing, but it's not that we are distracted with other things and we confuse. But I don't have a other situation because no, I think not no one in my family had, for example, a disease, for example, a grave one that I need to go to the hospital. We didn't have it, and fortunately, no. So don't
Okay.
have too much experience.
But thinking about your ambitions and your career, you know, maybe, I don't know. Let's talk in a hypothetical way. You
Yeah,
get a job offer to move, I don't know, to Australia, and you will want to 20,100 US dollars per month, tipo, $20,000 per mês. I don't know if it is uh, a good salary to you or not, but if you had a good job offer and but you had to stay far away from your family, did you how can you prioritize your own ambitions and your family stay together and those things?
yeah, it's good question. I would try take my family with me. Seems very difficult, but I know you said that Australia, but depend of the country, there's a visa, a kind of visa that your husband or your wife can work in the country. United States works like that. It's the Jota, visto
Yeah.
Jota, and we can try find a solution that can be good for everyone. I think if I had the opportunity to work in other countries, I would try taking my family. It would be my first thought, and I would try look for all informations about that and try involve my family because I think it's very difficult they accept, but we can try convince them. For example, say about the style of life in other countries. Well, I can bought you a PlayStation. I can bought you, you know, the stuff we can try. I would be. It's my profile. I
Okay.
think more like that.
Okay, it was a good answer, and so the first question you ask is, can I get my family together with me or not? I had to move alone, and if you had to move alone, you probably won't accept, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Camila? If you had this kind of opportunity to move to other country to get a big check per month, what do you think about that?
I if it was a big check, I think is I'm accepted and probably I with my husband and my daughter. But my husband received a propose to move to Portugal, but it's not so good to the check. Then we thought about that, and he don't accept that because the payment.
Okay.
But it's a dream, I think, to live in another country, to experience in another culture.
Okay. Girls, just to explain why I asked this to you, it's not a questions on the list, but I already had this conversation with my wife, and my wife says she only moved to another place in the world if she can take her mom together. And I was thinking, oh, my mother-in-law will never accept that, you know. She's getting older and she like to stay here in Brazil. I was thinking that. And one day I just asked to her like a joke, oh, what do you think to move to USA with me and with Rubiane, the name of my wife? What do you think about that? I'm planning to go to there to make a master degree, actually stay in there 2 years. I don't want to
Sorry,
move, but
Carlos. I can hear you. If I don't know, Rebecca is too, but it's very.
can you hear me?
I now
Hello?
yes, yes.
I'm
Okay.
listening.
I will turn off the fan. Eu vou desligar o ventilador, maybe can help. All right. So I was explained that I asked this as a joke to my mother-in-law, and she said, "Oh, if you want to stay there in 2 years, I go with you, no problem." And that shocked me because I wasn't expecting that. So right now I'm making plans to move to study on USA. I never thinking about that because it was far away from me. But when my mother-in-law, when minha sogra, say she go with us, so let's go. Sorry, uh, I
Okay.
think
Oh, go ahead.
no. Please go on.
No, yesterday I was watching exactly live. I said not a live, sorry, about that. Women that are going to United States, some of them are United States, and they are sharing strategies that use with their family to convince them, especially children, to go
Oh,
because some children exactly about that was
it's a
the
it's
talk.
a it's a book or what?
No, it's a live on. I'm saying the word wrong, very wrong. It's alive, alive on
Ah, okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
On
A
YouTube,
live on YouTube. Okay.
yeah, they are sharing the strategies that they use to convince their family and the children to go to the United States and a little bit about that what Carlos said was very similar.
Oh, if you can share on the chat, please go on. If you had a
The
link to
place,
share,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
it will be nice. I will watch this later.
okay.
Okay, let's move to the question number two. Uh, yeah, question number two. Camila, can you read the question number two, please?
In what ways can you persign? your dreams impact your family life and career. Um,
Que forma a realização dos seus sonhos
uhum.
pode impactar sua vida familiar, sua carreira?
I'm thinking when I pregnant, I just freeze my career, I'm think. And when my daughter born, I'm think I'm back to the work, but it's not like I want, you know. I'm think when I was a single person, I'm just to work 12 hours and or have a three jobs. Sometimes I have three jobs. And now I have one to a half period, and I'm feel a kind of stagnate stagnant. Uh, I'm thinking if I realize my dream for work integral periods again and do another college. I think it's a very not worth, but it's a very difficult because my daughter. I'm thinking when I was 5 or 7 years old, it's more easier than now because I'm think it's 3 years old. She's depends a lot of things with me, and I planned her. Then it's my job to do uh, her life is easier, and my I think it's in the future I resolve that.
You are putting your life in second plan because you are prioritizing your daughter right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my whole life, but my career now, I'm think.
Okay. Uh, that's I think that's the most hard part to women's. My wife quit her job when she got pregnant from our second uh, girl, and but that was really hard to her to decide do that. And society put a lot of pressure on women uh, to staying home, or if they stay home they complain, oh, why you are not working. So I know can be hard sometimes. And what about you, Rebecca? Do you have some experience with this, uh, pursuing your dreams some way can impact your life, your personal life, or your career?
Yeah, I imagine that today I'm a single person and I feel that I don't have time to do all that I need to do. And sometimes with simple experience, for example, go to the hospital and take exams, I take care of my health. I feel that it's a lot problematic. And sometimes I think, imagine if I had a kid. I imagine that it would impact, of course, in my career. I just think sometimes about that. That of course I would need manage too much of my time and yeah and some no's I would say some no's for some opportunities. However, I also listen stories opposed of it. People that because have kids, they boost, they look for better things in life because their kid and it was an inspiration and changed their life. So it's I say that I'm just imagining, but I also listen the other side of the experience, guys. That's it.
Yeah. Uh, it uh, it was funny what you say about some people boosting their careers because now they had children. This is exactly what happened with me when I get my first daughter, because at that time I only worked as a police officer and I had a good schedule in there, a good, I forgot the expression to time shift, I had a good time shift because I worked one day and stay in my house 2 days. So I had a lot of free time. And I can't remember, this is something I talked with my wife. I can't remember what what o que eu fazia, what oh, sorry, I can't say this in English. O que eu fazia with my free time at before I get my first daughter, because I stayed 2 days in my house, and I can't remember since my daughter was born. I had to take another job, because I had to pay the bills. So, yeah, get children help me to grow up in my career. Girls, we are talking about dreams and life balance, your family, your career, your dreams. But I want to know from you, Rebecca, and from you, Camila, what is your main goal? What is your dream? What do you want to achieve? I don't know, this year, the next 2, 3, 4 years. What is your dream? What do you want to live, or what do you want to realize in the future? What is most important from to you, Camila, and to you, Rebecca?
Uh, can I start?
No problem, go on.
Yeah. I think is in 2 or 3 years I pretend no, sorry. I it's a very common to change this
Yeah.
word. Oh my God. I I like to or a pass in a concurso,
Yeah.
I started some things now for 2 or 3 years to pass in concurso, or back to work in a big company again, because
Okay.
now I'm work to on my own. I'm take a little projects to do in my house, né? And it's okay. It's the money. It's okay, but I'm thinking when you work in a big company or in a office with another persons, you can learn more things.
1 minute, girls. I
Okay.
will go back. Please continue without me, all right?
Okay, no problems. Then I'm thinking you learn some things you don't have in your home, for example. Then I'm thinking it's 2, 3 years. I'm thinking it's my dream.
Oh,
And you, Rebecca?
yeah, about concurso, I think it's very difficult. I think once I thought about it, but I feel that's not my profile, not just because it's difficult concurso, but I think you need to really want, because a lot of people for just some vacancy, but and it's not my goal, but once in the past I thought about. But today I'm thinking I'm planning to study abroad, um, in United States. I'm planning. It's a long-term planning. It's not something that I will get in the soon. But it's what I'm thinking for a while, and I'm put effort in it. And I think in United States, not because it's my favorite place, but it's the place with the more opportunity to continue studies, and that's what I am focused right now. And that's it, guys.
Right. Sorry, girls. I had to. Someone was knocking on the door, and I had to answer them. So Camila, your dream is maybe pass on concurso público. I don't know how to say this in English, or maybe go back to a big company. All right, to work
Yes.
with your career. And from you, Rebecca, is study on USA on the long term, not It's not something I want to achieve right now. All right. That good one. Dreams or goals. And but I want make a second question before we move on. All right. Camila, you had plans to pass in a concurso público, and Rebecca, you went to study abroad. And what are you doing right now to make this dream or this goal happen in your life? Are you doing something or not? You are I'm just living my life, you know? What you are doing to achieve this? Rebecca, Camila, anyone can start.
Yes, I'm studying. I'm do some cursinhos. I don't know the name. And I studied English. I'm some in the afternoon, in the morning. I'm generally I watch class about this topic and do I don't know the name of this simulados and do a
Prepare.
simulados. Prepare. And I'm try to maintain my skills about my job, my digital marketing or advertisement, to fresh. Then I do courses or read about that because I think it's difficult to back to work or pass in concurso if you don't study or if you don't read about that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you had a good plan, and I think you are on the right path. But and what about you, Rebecca? Already say you are studying English, you know, and you had a good English, better than mine, I think. But
Everyone
what?
here has great English.
Sorry?
Everyone here has a good English.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. But are you moving yourself to get this dream realized?
Yeah, right now I'm studying to TOEFL, and it's a proficiency test. I don't know if everyone here knows. It's boring. It's a boring test, and it's expensive. So once I'm studying, I'm not the kind of the person that want to do it twice because it's expensive, guys.
Yeah.
And it's very important because if I want to study abroad, it's requirement, it's mandatory, you have a good score there.
All right. So maybe when you pass on your TOEFL, you say TOEFL or
TOEFL,
IELTS. Okay.
TOEFL.
You can share on the community or maybe share at least with me because I won't do this, you know. I ask to you girls what you are doing. And this year I decide some achievements I want, some dreams I want to achieve this year. One of them is do the TOEFL because if I want to study abroad, I had to do that. But I had one problem since I was a teenager. I don't like to study at all. You know, I'm not that type of guy who pass hours in front of a book, reading and studying. So this is really hard to me. And one of my dreams for this year is do the TOEFL. The other one, I want to be fluent in Spanish at least at the end of the year. And the other one, I want to do a test, a certification. My job had some tests you can do to certify you are prepared to work with that technology. And I'm studying right now to do that because I bought the certification to do on April, and it wasn't cheap. It was 100, yeah, $100, same dollars. And it's not cheap. So I had some weeks to study until there, but it's really hard to me to study, you know, since I can remember, I wasn't a very applied student. So I'm doing all my best to don't lose money. So uh, this is why I asked to you girls if you are doing something to achieve what you want. Because for me, I realized that this year how hard is go back to study when you get older, you had children's, or maybe uh, I don't know, it's 20, 30 years I finished the college, so it's been a hard task to me to get back to studies. All right, girls, let's move on with the next question. Question number 3. Can you read, please, Rebecca, the question number 3?
Yes. Have you ever had to compromise on a dream for the sake of your career or family? How did it make you feel? Mm, uh, yes, compromising. Have you ever had to compromise on a dream?
Compromise, it means comprometer.
Comprometer-se.
Yeah. Não é, mas acho que o significado não é tipo comprometer, tipo se aplicar, mas tipo comprometer no sentido negativo,
Yeah,
sabe?
I got now. Uh, yes, I had to do compromise in a dream for my sake, for example, and I think when I can get something, it impacting my family too, even because I live with my parents. So, for example, if I get a good job or I'm doing well with my plans, and it impact them because we live together. Even if it's not my first plan, but it happens. For example, if I can get and study abroad, of course, my mom will have the opportunity to visit me, of course, like just saying here. And it's not the first plan, but it happened because we live together. So I think it's a little bit, I don't remember, let me see, experience that I had. Hi guys, sorry, I can imagine here,
All
but
right.
that's it.
I think it was a good example, no problem. And what about you, Camila? Do you remember something like that in your life?
I'm
Camila?
thinking, where I? Wait, hello.
All right.
Okay. I'm thinking, I don't. I'm thinking it's when I'm pregnant. I'm think it's a compromise my dreams is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but I feel well because I'm in the conscience about that. I'm studied a lot before the pregnancy. I'm do some things. I'm travel when I stop everything and I plan to 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 have my daughter. It's difficult, but I think I feel good because I'm so she grew up. I'm so she happy, and I'm thinking that I'm thinking I'm a compromise some dreams, but my big dream is here to run for my house.
All right. Yeah. Actually, for me, it's not a career dream. I had to give up. But when I became a father, I had to leave my motorcycle in the past. I really like to ride on motorcycle. I like the feeling of the wind on me and the freedom you have riding on a motorcycle. So I get an accident after I had my daughter. I get a motorcycle. I was involved in a motorcycle accident, and thank God, nothing happened. Nothing really serious happened to me. But the motorcycle become destroyed. Deu PT na moto, you know? And when I look to the photos uh, about the accident, I realize, oh, I can't do this anymore, you know, because I really love my daughter and my wife, and I don't want to them living without me, you know. It was a selfish feeling, you know. I don't want them living without me. Of course, maybe they can cry if I die. They will cry, but after some point they will forget me, or maybe they will move their life. So it was a selfish feeling. I decide to not ride anymore in a motorcycle. So it was a decision I made, and I'm happy with this decision. You know, some friends say to me, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't, you can't quit your dreams because now you had a daughter. If you like to do that, keep doing." But I'm happy with my decision because it's more important to me to stay with my family than to ride a motorcycle or maybe something else, you know.
Yes, it's the same. Yeah, this decision is difficult, but I think it's the daughter and family. It's more important.
For me, it is. For
Yes.
me, it is for sure. Okay, so let's jump some questions because we are getting close to the end of our conversation. We had some time, but I want jump to the question number 7. I don't remember who started the last one. If was you, Rebecca, or maybe Camila, but
Was me.
what?
Was me. I read
Okay.
the last.
Okay, so Camila, can you read the question number 7, please, and start answering?
Okay. How can one effectively manage time to ensure a healthy balance between work, family, personal dreams, and leisure activities? Oh my God.
That's be a prepare big questions.
Yes.
So if you
I don't
want,
know if
I can
sorry.
translate to you if you want. Como gerir oh, como gerir eficazmente o tempo para garantir um equilíbrio saudável entre o trabalho, família, sonhos pessoais e atividades de lazer. Uh, Basicamente, how do you manage your time in your life to do everything you want to do?
I don't know how I can answer that because I, I don't know. Because I'm thinking it's one thing you don't do effectively 100%, I think. Uh, because I don't know. It's for me, it's very difficult to do all things very well. All the things in the same week, for example. Then when I work hard, I feel I I had my daughter in the second plan. Or when I have my daughter, I play with more with my daughter. I feel I put my work or my studies in a second plan. Or when I go to do activities in outside, I think, oh, my house, I'm cleaning my house, or I do another things. I don't know this thing. So it's very difficult because I feel it that I can't to do 100% or effectively these things.
All right. But we say a gente faz as coisas do jeito que dá. I don't know an English expression to that, you know, but my wife say that to her friends, to other girls when born uh, when I sorry, how can I say that in English? Born a child and born a guilt mom, you know? Nasce uma
Yes.
criança e nasce uma mãe culpada at the same
It's
time, you know?
exactly, yes, it's a
Yeah.
perfect
So
phrase.
the guilt pursued the women who had children. So I want to say to you, don't feel that way. It's normal. You are not alone. I saw my wife saying the same things, you know. She complained, I can't do everything I want to do, you know. I want to keep my house clean. I want to keep my daughters safe and so many other things. And at the same time, she said that, you know, the guilt she feel and other things like that. I don't know, yesterday or anteontem, something like that. My daughter was complaining to my wife, "Oh, mom, can you cut my nails? Pode cortar minhas unhas because they are too long." And my wife took her hand and, "Oh my God, where is your mom who didn't saw you nail is so long, you know?" Tipo, ela falou, onde é que tá tua mãe que não viu que essa unha tá tão comprida? My daughter had to ask to her to do that, and at the night on our bed she was complaining about that, oh, how I couldn't see that. And I say to her, it's normal, no problem, it's not a big deal. um, there are other there are things more important than that. I say this to her. You are close to your daughters, you love them, you say that to her, so I think this is most important, so don't worry to that. And what about you, Rebecca? Can you effectively manage your time and everything you want to do?
Well, as Camila said, 100% is not possible. I feel that it's too much think to a person in this life.
Yeah,
The time is passing so fast recently. And no, of course, no. But I try when I remember that I need to do something, I do. Other things I'm always doing. And sometimes I need to say no because right now I need to care about other stuff. And about the lecture time, about the entertainment, I think it's more in weekend or in a holiday because it's too much responsibilities. I think a 100% is
yeah. But
no, I
do
can't.
you use some tool to help you, like Google Calendar or maybe alarm on your cell phone to help you
Yeah,
to
alarm.
remember?
Yeah, I try wake up early to but it was not working too much because I prefer sleeping late, very late at 2 p.m. I think I work better, I learn better in this time. And I wake up and I put an alarm. And also I try see the time that I do something until 2 p.m. I will do something and then I try working like that to my brain remember and make this association. But I just try. Sometimes I just forget that I'm not too much in
Okay.
planning.
We do plannings to screw up with our plans, you know. A gente planeja para bagunçar os nossos planos,
Yeah.
because sometimes we can't achieve what we want with our plans. All right, girls, let me check if I had time to a last question. Um, okay. Let's go to the question number 9, please. Rebecca, can you start? It will be our last question. I will stop the